7 reasons why Singapore's crime rate is so low. Talk about Singapore and their crime rate will almost always be mentioned. Unlike other countries, including those nearby, the crime rate in Singapore is so low that the country is considered one of the safest in the world. In fact, it is so safe that if people leave their stuff in the middle of a busy shop or restaurant, they will likely still find it exactly where they left it. People are so complacent about their safety that it is not an issue for both locals and foreigners alike to walk down an empty street during odd hours at night. Being mugged or harmed is the least of their worries. Of course, no country has a zero crime rate, and Singapore is no exception. However, what is undeniable is that it is extremely low. We will explore some of the reasons why this may be. Number 1. Full enforcement of their laws deters people from committing crimes. Locals and foreigners alike tread carefully in Singapore and avoid committing crimes as they know they will be easily discovered once they do so. Unlike in other countries where you can get away from petty crimes by being apologetic or slipping some bills on the greasy hands of officers, doing so is no dice in Singapore. No one is definitely above the law here. Number 2. Self-discipline is key. Singaporeans are definitely more aware of their actions, and they make sure that what they do is legal. They know that doing the wrong things, even what they consider small things, will likely result in being fined, ending up in jail, or worse. Since young, discipline has been heavily ingrained in them, so it comes naturally for Singaporeans to be law-abiding citizens. Corporal punishment is even seen as an acceptable way to instill discipline. That's why caning is so commonplace, and even children are caned because they know it will teach them why being disciplined is very important. Discipline is vital and as natural as breathing for them. Number 3. Visibility of cameras and law enforcement officers makes people more conscious of their actions. Like any other country, CCTV cameras are installed all over Singapore. However, these cameras are only aids for law enforcement. That's why in most countries, solving crimes takes time because law enforcement is minimal. Singapore is different. The abundance of CCTV cameras in nearly every corner, plus the full enforcement of the laws and reliable enforcement officers, makes it easy for criminals to be caught in the fastest possible time. The people know that there is nowhere for them to hide should they choose to commit a crime, so they follow the laws. They know that someone is always watching them closely. Number 4. Harsh penalties and prison sentences play a big factor. The consequences of committing crimes and strictness of their laws has made Singapore infamous worldwide. Where else can you find a country where bringing chewing gum will merit a fine of around $1,000, even as a first-time offender? Littering will cost the offender hundreds of dollars, jaywalking can land a person a prison sentence, and vandalism a severe caning. Worse crimes, like bringing in and consuming drugs, even before arriving in the country, can result in a death sentence. Number 5. Citizens take it upon themselves to report crimes and track down criminals. Most people tend to turn a blind eye when crime is happening out of fear that the criminal will get back at them. Not so in Singapore. Singaporeans take it upon themselves to report crimes or sightings of wanted criminals because they know that the officers will immediately respond to their feedback. Neighborhood watches are prevalent all over the country. They don't fear retaliation from these criminals because they have full faith in their country's robust legal system. Number 6. Most people are well paid. It has been proven that poverty is a major reason why people find themselves in conflict with the law. Since businesses in Singapore pay their employees well, this deters them from committing crimes. They have no need to resort to doing illegal things because their earnings are more than enough to get by. There's hardly any reason for them, money-wise, to commit crimes. Number 7. The people are educated from a young age to follow and respect the law. As mentioned, discipline plays a large part in a Singaporean's life, even when young. It is common for children to be taught about the laws, basic etiquette, and consequences of committing crimes. It is also widespread to practice corporal punishment at home and even in schools to make sure children know that there is a consequence if they should do something bad. Learning these things at a young age will ensure they carry these lessons all of their lives. To sum up, the crime rate in Singapore is low because of the combination of these factors: effective and strict enforcement of laws and cooperation of the people. Looking at it, any country can be as safe as Singapore as long as everybody willingly cooperates. While the deterrent for committing crimes is mainly fear-based, it cannot be denied that it is effective. This is why even foreigners who are traveling for a short visit are also willing to cooperate. They know that in Singapore, every wrong move will be dealt with swiftly and accordingly.